One would think that the Persona-ocalypse would abate over time, but no, it's only getting stronger with each episode.
Yeah, these episodes are just...
As we'll continue to see here.
These episodes are just going to get longer and longer until it's just like, 2.5 hours, and then there's going to be like 12 of them. And
until it just turns into Persona itself.
Yeah.
But I mean, thankfully, it's like, at least, like I said, since the last episode, I am feeling at least a bit more energized, but with the whole, like, things are happening, and we don't have to beat around the bush pretending that Shido is not actually the villain, and having everything be done through unnamed police commissioner man.
Yeah. It's funny that, like, we spent like 20 days after, who was it, the murder of, when we murdered Ray Kroc live on television. No, it was Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc.
But, we spent like 3 weeks, and no one really brought it up. I mean, it was in the news and stuff, but it really wasn't like an urgent thing. But it's like now we're really urgent. Everything is, we're in a war room here.
Yeah, I mean, basically, where's main character gonna go right now? He ain't gonna be going nowhere. He is stuck here. We're not gonna be doing social links. We're not going to school to see those whole scenes. We're just gonna watch as Futaba stares directly into Morgana's eyes for an extremely long time.
Yeah, which is actually pretty adorable.
And there are a lot of like little interactions that I do enjoy, which is like just stuff like Futaba just constantly messing around with Morgana, and the weird relationship between Yusuke and Futaba, where they just hate each other, but it doesn't actually come up anywhere except for like side conversations.
Is that true? I didn't recognize that at all.
No, I don't. It's pretty obvious, but I mean, it's also one of those ones that it's like they're the less important conversations, so who cares? Yeah, who's this Shido guy? Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Who could this man possibly be? Also, it's like, man, you guys, you bugged Keiichi's phone so you could hear his conversations, but not track like his caller ID. It's not like Shido was using a burner phone. He seems to just be calling him from his office.
Yeah, and also again, they're just like, I believe like Bob Dole is a politician, or in the 90s or something, or
if you heard the word quail it's like, oh yeah, somebody named Quail, and it's like, yeah,
the guy.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you'd at least remember he was the guy who misspelled potatoes or something. Like you'd remember some.
He spelled it with an E. Yes, that was a hilarious thing. That was a hilarious meme. That thank God, with the advent of the internet, we could finally stop spending literally months laughing at that.
Yeah. Well, he was no Joe Kennedy.
It took so long. By the way, I don't know if I've ever actually mentioned this before, but Shido's name is like the Japanese equivalent of calling somebody right with McLeader guy.
Can you expand? Because you said that in take one, but what do you mean by that? Like, can you explain?
Masayoshi can also be said as Segi, which means like justice or correct.
Like
and Shido means to lead.
I see. So like Yoshi actually means correct, and like Masa is like it's the implication.
No. It's the characters.
Oh, okay.
The characters, when they're used as a name, are spelled in different ways. It was to the point that when I first saw his name on one of the campaigning posters, I thought that was supposed to be his motto or something.
Oh, wait, that's interesting.
It was because I'm just like, no.
Also, we just...
Well, I say right McLeader guy. I suppose you could also call him Senator Armstrong.
Yeah,
There's a very obvious comparison to be made there, to say the least.
Yeah, so a couple stupid things are happening in the dialogue. First of all, they didn't recognize Shido, even though he's been on TV denouncing the Phantom Thieves at the foremost... He started a party. Like the anti-Phantom Thieves party was started by Masayoshi.
Yeah, it's
Shido.
like the anti-Masonic party for the modern day.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're at the Masonic,
a real party, by the way. Look it up.
Yes. If you're at the Masonic Lodge, like a month after that party starts, you're not gonna be like, oh, who's that guy? Like, who's the leader of the anti-Masonic party? I've never heard of that guy. Is he some politician or something? I think I saw him in the newspapers. Like, no, he's your foremost enemy.
And at the time, it's just like everybody was totally on board with the Phantom Thieves. It's like to the point that we should probably call Yoshida, because his career is in tatters even more than it was when we first found him, I assume.
Also, let's say the leader of you're in a Masonic lodge. Okay, so put yourself in the shoes of like I think 1840s, 1850s. You put yourself.
Wait.
You can look it up, but
okay, done.
So you're in the Masonic Lodge a month after the anti-Masonic party, and oh, by the way, I always thought that guy who's the founder of the anti-Masonic party, he might have killed your mom back in the like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's another thing too, where it's just like, wait. He was already known to just assassinate people that he didn't like. I mean, I know this is like, we're talking about politicians, and mudslinging is pretty common in all forms, in accusing them of everything at all points in time, truthful or not. But it's just like, you had clear personal connection with him, and you didn't want to mention that at any point in time. We had to fake an assassination,
He was even though he didn't know we were in the Phantom Thieves, it's like he's been on the screen for 6 months, and he didn't say anything. Oh, I think he might have been the one who killed your mother. Shido is on the screen. Maybe that would have been awkward.
Yeah, I think. Now, I don't really know much, but at the time, I really expected this, but I had no proof, so I couldn't do anything.
And
it's just something like that. It's like, no, instead we're going to wait until we have it confirmed that he's... Well, I mean, we knew he was a big villain at the beginning for how long now?
Tornado alert.
Also, he had me arrested and threatened to sue me. Me, a brat.
Yes.
It's like we're still gonna have that reveal coming up here, and it's just like, God, does it even matter at any point? He was also rooted us at a hotel. It's like there are bigger fish to fry.
Well, and let's remember, this was 2 years ago. This was we remember with Futaba. That was not 15 years ago. That was
not like 2 decades ago or something.
It was,
where it's
I believe it was canonically 2 years ago. They said that, and we were mad at it. So
I'm still mad at it.
So remember, Shido was saying Saga was just saying oh yeah, Shido, oh yeah, he always said he'd be prime minister 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Nobody believed him 2 years ago. He's been saying that for 2 years. So just to be clear, all of this stuff is not really a mystery unless you're completely not paying attention to the TV that you all communally watch.
Community watch like it's the only one in the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, and that's always talking about the Phantom Thieves, always talking, and all the news stations only focus on one story all the time, and maybe
okay, I don't want to spoil too much. That's it.
Also, a mere change of heart. Makoto saying, yeah, well, why wasn't it...
Whatever, man. We actually have the Phantom Thieves that are going to do something for once rather than just be, skulking in the shadows and
they're actually
taking
coming
care
up
of
with
people who blackmail them.
It's not terrible. They're coming up with a real plan, and...
Despite the fact that everybody's all like, oh, the Phantom Thieves have been so quiet for the 6 months they've been in operation and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, they've never said anything. It's like, hey, they're finally going to actually say something.
I will say it is valid that, okay, these people who just don't ever do anything and suddenly they're actually facing a life-threatening situation would suddenly spring to action. But you'd think that would have happened when Ray Kroc died on live television. I feel like they would have really sprung into action when that happened.
My idea still is that, I don't think they intended him to die there, and that was a rewrite or something. That was when their backspace key was fixed for one day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, this scene. I said in the last episode, I was warned about this scene a long time ago, that there was going to be a point where two villains just sat down and talked to each other, where they just explained their past and their plans in the most arbitrary, nonsensical way. These guys knew each other for 2.5 years. Why are they having this? There's nothing to even prompt this conversation. This is absurd. They said that I was going to be fuming over it. I am. This is ridiculous. This is the point where they're just like, yep, no. Hey, idiots, if you thought that it was getting good from here, we're still in Persona 5.
And it's I mean, this is one of those things.
This is unreal.
You could do this in a TV drama if you've established that they haven't seen each other in 2 years.
Rather than like he just talked on the phone. Well, no, we just saw a cutscene at the very beginning of this where they were chatting.
To be fair, I think this is all supposed to be two continuous conversations, one between Goro and Shido and one between the Phantom Thieves war room. But which is
yeah. Let's return to our conversation.
Yeah.
After all,
exactly.
But like, how is this a continuous conversation? This is when you're like, hey, we're bringing in this new guy. This is gonna be the new police commissioner.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta catch him up on stuff or something.
I was thinking the same thing. And of course, we're actually having a Sinajima conversation, and then like, well, until now we could have had the public prosecutor's office. Like, I mean, what they're doing is they're doing the same thing where they were naming the collaborators, but it's like now they're just talking about like, okay, like now
it's not an interrogation. These people have known each other for 2 years, and it just talked within the last 5 minutes.
And also, like, they don't know their phones are like the phone is bugged, but it's like they might suspect that. Why are they having this open conversation? Like,
oh yeah, I forgot that it's right. Goro's still. Well, they haven't found out about it yet.
Yeah, but why are they having a full conversation explaining their exact motives?
It makes no god. This is. My loss of words, I think, says everything.
Yeah. Wait, he's willing to kill people? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That is outrageous.
I just... It's literally... Like, yes, I know. I told you to do that.
This is one of those things where it's like, okay, you did a really clever thing with that last plot. No one's taking anything away from you right now. But right now, what you're doing, it's not clever that you're spending half an hour explaining
what this should be is this should be Shido explaining to us in his palace. Because that's what the shadows do. They just talk about all the bad stuff they do.
Yeah, and that is hacky for its own reasons. Like
whatever. But they're supposed to be like a manifestation of a person's id, essentially.
And really, it only is evil, or it's only bad writing because they're so comically evil. Like, it's just like, it's not just, they did. Like, most people believe, even like the worst dictators in history, like, they believe that they were doing the right thing, or they were at least decent people. It's just that, they're willing to do it.
Popularity was a bit beyond my expectations. Yeah, with Death Cult, somehow you were able to flip that perfectly, despite the fact that they were creating a death cult.
Yeah. Yeah, somehow killing Ray Kroc live on television was, it scared some people. It's a little bit surprising, I know, but it did.
It took some time, though. People were still like largely supportive. It took at least a few days for like 10% of people at a time to flip their minds.
Well, in fairness, if it took that long...
Now they're happy to see that the Phantom Thieves are dead and saying things like, we can finally rest easy.
Yeah, but I'm not just going to be running for office.
Don't you still have a closet full of memorabilia of theirs? I gotta clean that out.
In fairness, if it took Ryuji 6 months to hear of Shido when he was making an anti-Phantom Thieves party, it might make sense that it took like a week for the news about Ray Kroc to percolate.
The 21X anti-Phantom Thieves party.
Yeah.
It's actually called the, what is it, the Future, I think it's just called like the Future Party.
The anti-Ray Kroc execution party.
Future Coalition or party or something.
Yeah, the Democratic Liberal Party or whatever.
It's basically like, they've called it that. That's what they call the parties in this game. Surely. Man, we do have a tornado going on out there. I hope that I don't die recording Persona 5. Wouldn't that be?
I like that Goro is the only bright spot in this stupid conversation. It's just like at the end he's like, oh, I'm thinking about the future, like, well, thank God.
What is he thinking about the future right now, though?
He's probably thinking about all the debauched shit he's gonna do when he turns 18.
Oh, and also like murdering the rest of the Phantom Thieves, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's still the thing he's gonna do, or at least he's planning to do right now. Well, they still haven't even cleaned up main character's dead ass rotting corpse from the the interrogation room.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's, at least in his mind, that's still what's happening there. Unless, no, they would know otherwise.
Remember how I hijacked your phone during the school trip? That kind of came in handy.
Just give us the explanation, Futaba. I got it. But, like, you know.
Basically,
Yeah.
that let me see GPS and I'd be able to tell the precise moment.
You had to make sure that he was going to be walking into the interrogation room. Got it.
But there was a chance they'd just pass each other without. That's why we needed you to tell Sai
Okay.
and Nijima to. This plan
Again,
seems
Why
like-
show the phone?
Still,
It's like,
we
that's not how
could've just
GPS
directly hacked
works.
into the metaverse
Of
now.
course, just
System is,
explaining
you
all
know
this.
how it has that
You know,
unlock
it
function?
could the
Taking the
whole
phone
plan,
he
which
was
was
pushing that
okay.
time
So
was
it was
so
clever writing.
doable.
It wasn't actually that clever a plan if you really think about it. Like all the things it could.
Yeah, this plan was kind of dumb. Yeah, that
Yeah.
part of the plan was kind of dumb. It's like there was no way. Like, I guess it's the idea that he had to convince Sai to show the phone to Goro, even though, again, that's not how GPS works.
Like, have you ever used like GPS, like when you need to when you're going like 10 feet or something? It's like, no, it's not incredibly reliable. It's just, and that's assuming
It's also like deep underground.
yeah, you assume you're getting perfect reception next to the courthouse in a police interrogation thing where they probably have some kind of jammer, which is reasonable to think that they have that. But like, yeah, God,
I don't. Is that sort of thing in common? I actually don't know.
I don't know. That's actually probably not.
Yeah, it's like I don't think you can like jam satellite signals.
But it's like
that.
if it's like an underground for like a national security thing, you know, underground, I could see that. I don't know, but I mean, it's underground either way. Like,
Yeah, it is supposed to be deep underground. They explicitly said that. Because that's where they do the physical assault and drugging of teenagers.
yes,
You know, the assault and drugging of... By the way, hey, that's something interesting to think about. Goro, when he gets caught, is probably going to be given the death penalty, as we heard before. Well, that's too bad for him. Oh, well. Yeah, it's just like, wait, that means a pretty... actually, he's probably also going to be drugged, physically assaulted, and then given the death penalty. Huh.
So also,
Oh, well.
So 3.2% of them believe that they're innocent, which is kind of realistic. But then also, I don't think it's realistic. Like, why are they not holed up in in that cafe? Do you feel like that they should be, or what's going on with that?
Well, I mean, like, we don't even have main character. Obviously, main character is, but like everybody, they don't. Nobody knows. They have not released who the Phantom Thieves are yet.
I see. Okay.
They've only released the fact that the leader died. So I mean, it's just like, aside from that, though, it's like, yeah, if any one of the co-collaborators with Shido, who probably all do know that, were to see the main character, that would be bad.
Also, did Ryuji just say "we'll show you" out loud on a subway?
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the non-Becky form of Kawakami. You haven't seen that ever. Oh, she's still using the hearts, though.
It's just.
I never finished your social link. Get out of here.
Yeah.
In fact, I explicitly didn't. Yeah, whatever.
Is it true that the
Anyway.
leader of the Phantom Thieves died? By the way, where is main character?
Guy, they said that he is at home for family reasons.
Okay,
whatever.
okay, that's fair.
I mean, of course, everybody would be. Whenever main character is not on screen, everybody should be asking, "Where's main character?"
Yeah. I mean, in this case, though, I do feel like it's.
They're using these scenes as just an excuse for constant IMs. Oh, I'm glad that at least Mishima knows that I didn't die. That's maybe the one person who I would think probably took it the hardest. A real mess is putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is
Spending 24 hours a day eating curry.
not a bad life.
Okay.
It might be a bad life later, though.
Yeah.
Like an extraordinarily bad life. I told you, it's just... Oh, they really don't... They're just like, well, we're not going to stop doing the IM conversations.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous. Wait, are you trying to say that Shido caused that accident? What?
Like, oh,
He caused that? He caused the one other example of the whole, like, mental whatever syndrome to happen that actually occurred in the game?
Yeah, and this is a good example where this is probably after the fact or written in parallel. Like, we got to make sure we establish the plot moving along.
Yeah, we gotta establish the fact that we're about to go head to the Diet Building, even though we could just the logistics,
Yeah, we could just go in front of the Diet Building. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
At least this is something where it's like the keyword should be the most difficult thing for them to figure out, rather than it being, the actual name of the person. But whatever. Whatever.
I like that he's just the same, but he's just wearing a hoodie. Like, they didn't do it.
If people don't notice the cat in the backpack, it's like main character is basically invisible.
I just realized, yeah. He's got that isn't even a good disguise. It's not even like a
no, if anything, if I saw somebody like this standing in front of the Diet Building, I would arrest him immediately.
Yeah, well, with the cat in the back, like what, and
also he's got the like the glasses that you can't see through thing going on too. That says evil.
Why is this building unguarded?
It is. You can see the guards in the background.
No, I mean,
right,
why isn't somebody from Shido's organization guarding this, like, explicitly looking out for these specific
it's
people?
It's really hard to say. You would think that Shido's organization would probably be like, I don't know, 5 people big.
Even if that's the case, they could get
because
one.
how could you possibly have like this sort of wacky stuff going on here and nobody like says anything?
Yeah, put like a camera on it or something. Get somebody. You've got a party, a political party that's going to stand election and you're expected to win. Get a camera on there. Get somebody. Befriend one of the guards and tell them, here's this threat. Look out for this main character here. Like,
actually, the other thing is that shouldn't this place like be, I don't know, like crowded with campaigners or something?
I mean, it's after school.
I don't actually know. I just feel like maybe that could have been a good excuse for having them blend in better.
It feels like a really weird thing that all the Phantom Thieves, 8 people, one of which is a cat, in an organization. We're fighting against Goro, who, has. Okay, I'm sorry. He knows about the cat. He knows what these people look like, and now.
Yeah, I don't know if he can see the cat though.
I mean, the cat is
now
real.
that he's no longer a part of the group, he might not be able to see the cat anymore when it's sticking out of main character's bag.
No, that's not true because the pancakes.
Yeah, but he didn't see the cat when that happened. He heard the cat.
Oh, yeah, but come on.
Yeah, but come on. Think about it logically.
This is really not... I'm trying to be charitable with them here. They're going...
That's where you fail.
They're going to the Diet Building. Okay, so...
anyway, they did actually get... Yeah,
there
probably.
Okay, so there we go. A guard saw them and made a... Okay. Hey,
there. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I feel like that should be more of a big deal. Also, why do we need to bring everybody here?
Yeah, what was... Yeah, really, what were we accomplishing there? And I guess I retract...
It's like, yeah, you need more information about Shido, but I mean,
Like, you're just going to ask somebody, hey, what about, Dan Quayle? Like, somebody, like...
It's a potato farm.
We need to go in front of the Diet Building to ask some random person about
Never
Shido.
see you coming, invading Dan Quayle's potato farm. We're going to change his heart and get him to, I don't know what he did as vice president.
He's just kind of dumb, is my impression.
Well, again, that was 45 years ago. It's like, I don't know. But the political scene was like, that was like, hey, what was the Harding administration like?
They were really bad and corrupt. That was the whole thing with the Teapot Dome scandal.
Yeah, I forgot. I guess he did have the famous scandal. Fine, what was the Polk administration like?
I mean, we could get into it. I mean, they were very busy. They had the Mexican-American War.
Oh, yeah, there was... Damn, okay, fine. I guess there is actually stuff that happens during every single presidency. Whatever.
Look, the main thing I know about this is from the Animaniacs song.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I wrote the Animaniacs song, actually.
I knew it. I knew it. I always had my suspicions.
This is a really bad episode, but we're too far in to restart it.
What? Is it really that bad?
It's
Is it really that much worse than normal?
It's pretty baseline, yeah. This is like a below average episode. Can we
I don't know. Well, what do you think? What do you think? How can we bring it up from the 25-minute mark here?
Okay. So, first of all, we shouldn't make it so long.
Can we do more Dan Quayle jokes? Do you think those are landing?
Those are,
I think it's really been hitting it off with the Murphy Brown audience.
Yeah, and
I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, the Murphy Brown reference. That'll make it more accessible.
Didn't they make like a remake of Murphy Brown?
I don't know. Maybe.
I swear that there was like a more modern version of that, which is just maddening. The only thing I even remember about that show, Murphy Brown was a television show in the 90s that often made fun of the Clinton administration, was that they had a really large laptop at one point in time, like, one of those giant old ones.
Which was state of the art at the time.
Well, of course. It's like Miss Brown was a modern woman.
So this is
she would not be using... I don't know. I guess like a pen and paper would have been the alternative. We're talking about the 90s.
This is the equivalent of like somebody in the 90s like trying to be accessible. It's like, oh, remember the Kennedy administration?
Did I make the episode worse accidentally?
Well, it's hard to make it. But I mean, it's hard to be like self-conscious and be like, well, how are we going to make this more entertaining? I mean, I just resort to singing a Cantina theme, but that's not really.
I resorted to singing a Dan Quayle themed parody of the battle theme of this game.
Okay, so we're out of content. We don't know. Yeah, I truly apologize.
Episode 97. I mean, we're trying here. So, like, my plan would be just take a dictionary and start shouting it into the phone. Also, if you could do it from here, why even go to the Dia building? I guess to get inspiration or something, but do you need to bring everybody there for that?
Also, Goro is like a fox with this question here.
I mean, well, more like he's just going to say explicitly what he did. Because why not?
Yeah.
He fucking got him, man.
Yeah.
He walked right into the Phantom Thieves group, and he's like, "These nuts." There, is that a more modern reference for you? Okay, I guess that was a Vine. That wasn't even a TikTok. But still.
I don't know.
We know we've done that too
We've done
much.
that shit.
Now we gotta ask what is the dog doing?
I don't know what that is. Okay, so we're dying out here.
It is also like 1 a.m.
It is, yeah.
That's the other thing, but whatever. Look, man, when you start scraping the bottom of the barrel, you just got to punch through it and see what sort of like pill bugs and everything are down there and what they're doing.
Scrape the shale at the bottom of the oil barrel.
Yep, and that's where the good oil is. The high quality stuff, the kind that you put in race cars.
Let's make an appointment with him.
Yeah. Let's. Okay. No, she was about to be assassinated by him. You still also can't do that. Like, the best person here to even be able to do that would be Sakura.
Yeah, it's so funny that's what it comes down to.
No, unfortunately, no. Man, who could that be? Yes, they're campaigning for the campaign in 1 month.
Outside, that is so stupid.
It's me. Mr. Right McLeader guy himself.
Yes, Spooky. Oh my god.
Did you not see his avatar appear in the bottom left corner? Wait a second. Also, he was mean to you at that restaurant the one time.
This is not a good.
Again, what does it matter? What does it even matter? He tried to assassinate you. Oh, he also tried to sue me one time too.
So this is a good example of they wrote that really clever scene in that in the police place, and now they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. Like, this is what this
business as usual. Well, at least slightly faster business than usual, which I appreciate.
I suppose. Yeah.
his words are so compelling. I can't continue to run down the street. I
It's
must
so
listen to them.
persuasive.
I can't move.
His rhetoric is so
Have to
powerful.
follow after Ryuji before he gets killed.
His science is too tight.
Literally too tight. Well, anyway, let's get it. Ah, it's happening again. Oh, legs lock me up
This would have been
because of the charisma. Hey, look at that cat up there. Anyway, hey, we never really went down this road before. That's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
yeah.
Almost. Not really.
I mean,
All right, we get it. Come on. Release me from your psychic hold, Cheeto.
honestly, this would have been a lot better if they just had him just like having that speech in the background instead of just and gated it so that you would
Well,
have a continuous one. Yeah.
Why didn't they do that? They have this whole thing where they can have like a... By the way, his motto for his campaign is "Let's set sail to a happy future together." What the fuck do you think his stupid palace is?
Uh-huh.
Like it also says that like on his. You guys are idiots. Also, Haru's here for some reason.
Also, the main character is just in public, right in view of Shido. Like what did
Presumably, Shido knows his name but doesn't actually know what he looks like.
Oh yeah, if-
That's the only thing that
if
I
only-
think could actually explain anything.
Well, yeah, it's almost like he's in close contact with Goro though. Like unless Goro's not sharing that information, which
Well,
would be-
Goro's not here, I guess.
Is
He's too busy.
has Goro
Picking it
not
up.
explained to them exactly what they look like?
Okay, I love that Ryuji is having a rivalry with unnamed Guardman. Like that's his version of like main character Dan Bradall suit.
Also, I
almost
like
forgot what that line
that
was.
Haru, the
And Haru. Haru's also
the
here.
daughter of Ray Kroc, who was murdered on live television.
Oh yeah, he should really recognize her.
Yeah, like, come on.
It's true.
This is a wealthy socialite who is going to be a billionaire, and
And was already hobnobbing with him a lot, and maybe his son. It's still kind of on the fence because Haru's fiance has not been appearing here.
well,
My God, do you think that could have fucking what? It doesn't matter at this point.
yeah. And what are you looking at? Remember the guy I shoved down 6 months ago?
I mean, you got to remember at the very beginning of the episode, the first thing he said is, "Oh, that name sounds familiar."
Yeah.
So apparently, he does very much remember him. Probably because, much like each one of the social links, main character is the most important person he's ever met in his entire life.
Uh huh.
Who cares?
So wait.
Like once again, it doesn't matter.
So he didn't
None of
realize
this,
this.
like, we're about to be assassinated by this man. We don't need extra reasons.
So wait. He's recognizing Shido right now.
Finally,
That's what we're doing with this plot.
it's just it doesn't matter. None of this matters.
You're going Joker on this, or the Joker pill thing. I don't know.
I'm like a dog chasing a cop. No, that's very bad.
I think is that like Jack?
Hey, Joker, baby.
Is that
I'm like a dog chasing a cop. There we go.
are you doing? Is that Jack Nicholson's Joker? I don't.
No, that's Vine Joker. Since we're going back to that.
Okay.
Uh,
So
Actually, no. I guess that's even older.
Shido, this man who has been on television for 6 months and was the man who literally shoved him down and started this whole arc and killed Futaba's mother and
was mean at them at a hotel.
and we've met him in person and he was rude to us twice.
He's very rude. But I mean, also that did set up Ryuji's rivalry with one of his bodyguards.
And who is, again, we're in the Masonic Lounge, and he just created the anti-Masonic Party and has been all over the news as the prime, candidate for prime minister for the last month and a half. And what are we doing here, y'all?
Also, there's been like campaign posters of him up all over town. I mean, that was where I first saw the dude and figured out that his name was Shido, so I could stop calling him Bald Sunglasses Man.
Yeah. Do you guys ever pay attention to flyers or to TV or to the radio or to your memories, your own experience of other people?
No, he forgot about that. Don't forget.
How did he forget about that? The person who ruined
Also-
his life in a traumatic event.
Also, Sakura knew the entire time.
Uh-huh. Well, that was what I was saying with, like, the mother. Yeah, like...
Oh, yeah. Okay. But I mean, he did also murder. Goro murdered Futaba's mother.
This is somehow...
He did confirm that in the stupid conversation that we had earlier.
This is somehow, like, 10 times worse than the thing with, like, Madarame, where we were, like, trying to, like, figure out if Madarame was Madarame. Like,
I don't know. That one took a lot longer, and also it's like we need to have people convince us like 3 times that it was actually worthwhile attacking him in the first place.
to be fair, we keep going over that, like, he's killing innocent people. Does he have no shame? It's like, we've established that.
Yeah, we know. They try to build Shido up as like some sort of criminal mastermind when it's just like, no, he's just a guy that can have people killed whenever he wants to.
Yeah, and he's
not that smart.
Yeah.
But whatever. We'll finally have peace.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you even posting this on this website at this point in time?
Also, why is
like, also scroll back 2 months ago where people were like, why do we even need the police?
They should totally be rigging the polls. Why are they?
I mean, for all we know, he is, but does he need to? Like, have you seen the public in this game?
Yeah, true.
Have you seen the public currently speaking right now, and Elsa and telling that to nobody? I guess normally that would be, I don't know, I guess like Morgana, but he's not even there.
Yeah.
Why isn't Morgana going and living with Anne right now or something? It's like I feel like, hey.
Oh hey.
No questions about me dying and executing Ray Kroc live on television, comrade.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a second. No, obviously that's localization of Nakama, but
Yeah.
That would be an interesting turn to take.
Yeah. After all, what is his name? I don't remember.
Karl Marx?
Nakanohara? Is that right? No.
Oh yeah, Nakanohara was the guy that told us that was the only other person that was affected by Madarame's evil doing.
No, Tornosuke. There we go. Okay, so.
Oh, Yoshida Tornosuke.
Yes. Okay, so. Yeah, we're just gonna stand outside the Diet building for the second day in a row in front of the same guard.
Man, this time we're not even having main character dress up like somebody who should definitely not be standing outside.
Yeah, he didn't even have the hoodie on. What's going on here, y'all?
I mean, they have him dressed in his school clothes, so it's less conspicuous when he's standing around a bunch of other students.
Is that true?
Except for Yusuke and Futaba.
He still has the cat. He still has that identical backpack.
You're right. He did say how I steer this country. His motto is that we're going to set sail into a better future together.
Well, he could have been.
That's his fucking motto for his stupid party.
Uh-huh.
What are you people, stupid? It took something that happened like a full calendar year ago for you to realize?
Well, I mean...
No, you can't... No, there was already plenty of clues here. It's not like main character's interaction with him was the thing that pushed it over the edge. You people are just idiots. Although I do really like Ryuji coming up with that whole barrier idea and then just being extremely proud that he said something that was clever, even though it had no payoff at all.
Well, he's an intellectual.
Big head Yusuke. I just love those scenes.
So I like that we're just right back to just being really frustrated with the exposition of this game. Like we're completely like all the cleverness of that.
I like
last
that it's going
episode.
faster.
Yeah, definitely. Well, is it?
Hey, look, we're already in the palace.
Is it actually going faster? We don't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it is.
Fine.
We're actually in the palace.
Fine.
Now, of course, you know how the palace works, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got like 5 different times we got to go there individually.
No, once and maybe twice.
We got a scout.
Well, we got two times that we need to go there, and then we might need to bail out because we need to change his cognition in some way.
Yeah, we got to scout it, and then we got to like walk in and unnecessary anime cutscene.
I'll check it out.
I'm just glad that the anime cutscenes have moved on from eye candy.
Just literally ogling the female party members.
Oh, don't worry, that's gonna happen anyway, but not in an anime cutscene.
The hell?
Neat. Made it to the end of Sonic Adventure.
This is a pretty cool, like, palace idea.
Yeah, I do like it.
Like, again, it's visual, it's excellent, but
It's just knocking over buildings. I love it.
This country may sink.
Who is talking right now, by the way? Oh, it's Haru.
That's what this cognition is about, huh?
Because it's just like everybody, especially with Morgana there doing the surprise Pikachu face. There's a modern meme reference. Surely you know what that one is, right?
I think so. It's just Pikachu being surprised, right? I don't know if there's a...
Just go. We were doing this post commentary. You can just go type into Google surprise Pikachu.
Yeah, who cares? Grumble, grumble,
I like
grumble.
this episode has just become me trying to prove that I don't only know memes from the 90s. Hey kids, you remember Pogs? I mean, not Pogs. You remember Fortnite?
You remember... you didn't even go with Poggers, which would have been the obvious. Oh, yeah, of course,
Oh,
surprise.
damn it, you're right. You know, the funny thing is that those things, despite the fact that it's spelled the exact same, those things are almost like completely divorced in my mind somehow. You'd think that I would, at least like with this sort of
being, like,
idiotic
40
way my brain works.
Yeah, you think them being 40 years apart would, you know, I would think of them as the
You
same.
say that, but how long is it going to be until we reference Talking Heads again?
Well, you may find yourself referencing Talking. I don't know.
No, come on. There are several better lines that I can think
Okay,
of
like
right now.
is what we're doing here. We're on the ship, and you may find yourself in another part of the country. You may find yourself
Closer?
You may find yourself at the helm of a large ship. That's also
There you go.
That's also
And it doesn't even have to. I wasn't even thinking of once in a lifetime, really. But that's the opposite.
more ships about government and Cheeto.
Sure. More songs about buildings on ships. we zoomed right past the 90s, didn't we?
Well, yeah, it's late 70s, early 80s.
Anyway, let's get the initial thing out of here because, you know. Also, hey, we got a spot in the party membership that needs to be filled. Come on, Ryuji, let's go. I don't know how that happened.
I like that Ryuji saying, like, put me in, coach. That's pretty endearing.
Oh, that's his thing.
Yeah.
Why not?
John Fogerty.
I don't know. Why don't we open up the fucking door?
First meltdown continues.
Yeah, that was definitely the first meltdown line. So yeah, it is not just a ship. It is a cruise ship. A fancy cruise ship. For fancy people. Masked balls 24 hours a day.
Why are you in the
And
passenger
also
car?
very stiff NPCs in the background.
Yeah. I mean, I like that they're all wearing masks. Like, why are they wearing masks? Yeah, like we've seen so much weirder stuff in these palaces. Like, we've seen a man who had a milkshake for a head or something. Like, are we...
Oh, we can just go right back to
the bank one.
Kaneshiro,
Yeah.
everybody's favorite palace and most memorable villain.
Yeah.
Aside from Medjet, of course.
It's like...
And everybody being big old ATMs.
Yeah, like, that was ridiculous. Like, oh yeah, everybody has masks. Is that even really notable? Like, they're not even masks that obscure how they look.
No, I mean, they're clearly just kind of like pasted over characters that already exist. I was wondering if they were even moving when I first saw them, though,
Yeah.
to be honest. Well, anyway, let's take a look at what we're... Yeah, I do enjoy the campaign posters that are on all the walls here, though. Has people being around, well, cognition people being around ever stopped them from doing stuff like this before?
Also, again, this is...
Hey, everybody, it's Cerberus. This is going to get another classic type of demon in Shin Megami Tensei the First, I believe. Your pet dog actually transformed into Cerberus and became a very powerful party member, at least for a time.
Again, it's a very cool villain. Like, just a... Or a
It is, well, I mean, it's actually not a very cool dog at all because it hates the cold.
Let's go.
Yeah, you walked right into that one, you idiot.
fair enough.
Thanks for setting me up.
I didn't even realize that was a joke until you're like bragging about it.
No, it's Fire Element.
Yeah, okay.
Because I played the classic Megami Tensei.
Well, it's also Cerberus, so that makes sense.
I mean, Hellhound doesn't necessarily mean that it's, you know, fire.
Yeah, I suppose. How droll. Well, I'm picturing this is like a Titanic thing.
It seems they think
Well,
no harm
yeah,
will
I
come
think
to them because they're here on
that-
Shido's
yeah.
ship.
That's it.
Which that's another Zero Escape thing like that. Takes place
Oh
on
yeah,
the
I
Titanic.
know some. One of the few things I know about that game is that's a weird, that's a weird point.
Yes. I mean, it literally.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that is really cool. Like, really, just it's a great
We
mixture.
just set sail for the future together. How do you idiots? Also, I do like that his logo is apparently a gigantic red eye holding the worlds in its hands.
It's like
Which-
Alan Moore's Shido.
Yeah, basically. Although, like, the red eye thing does bring up the fact that, you know, the whole, like, magical phone application that lets us go into shadows in the first place is, well, a red eye. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Will that be answered? I don't know. I haven't gotten to the end of the palace yet.
Also, very cool, like the statue and stuff. A lot of really cool
Good job.
details here.
Let's keep going.
Oh, yeah, I took a closer look at the shadow because I thought that was supposed to be Shido. It's just, you know, I guess it's not.
Is that supposed
Unless that Shido's cognition is of himself having a beard.
It kind of looks like Lenin, not like
No, that would be Torinosuke's palace.
yeah.
Which is, it's ironic that he embezzled funds. Maybe he was just doing that to give them back to the people.
Yeah. Just
And wait, he didn't actually embezzle funds. I forgot. That's that stupid part
no,
of the storyline.
he was the one who killed Ray Kroc live on television.
Done? Let's go then.
If only. I do like the Shido that they're using for it. Because usually until we see the real jabroni version of whatever the shadow is in the palace, they kind of have like a generic thing. It's like, no, Shido's still looking pretty good.
Yeah, they went all out.
That
on this
might be
palace.
because...
I like the structure
wow.
of this. Like that you're actually just going like stained glass windows. You've got this really complicated structure. It's a pretty good palace so far.
Oh, yeah, and one thing you're probably not hearing is the fact that there's a ton of loudspeakers around blaring out propaganda, basically.
That's great.
No campaign. Well, it's propaganda because it's a palace. You get it.
Of course, yeah.
All right. And yeah, we'll see like later that like dining tables have ballot boxes on them and everything. It's fun.
Yeah. This is the ship of state. I don't know if that's a metaphor that works in Japan.
Oh my God. Do you see what I see?
No.
Holy Christ.
Oh my
It's
god.
back.
The brochures.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Pamphlets are back on the menu.
Wow.
Oh, though the siren song. What's this, 70 episodes?
The brochures are the real protagonists of this game.
Persona 5, the pamphlets part 2.
I think I think that was what we said at the time, like that they were so conspicuous about the brochures. Like you
They weren't as conspicuous this time, but we still got motherfucking brochures, dude.
they were more conspicuous about the brochures than they were about the pancakes line that is the basis for all of this.
Representatives chamber as written.
Yep.
Why
They
here
were.
is
I
the main
remember.
assembly hall?
Like, how can you forget Persona 5, the pamphlets?
It's that large conference room.
I
that's
remember
usually
even the
seen
episode
on
had that. Well, I mean, you already know exactly what the title and the thumbnail is going to be for this episode. That's right. It's an entire hour-long episode, but that's the only part that matters.
Yeah, the brochures are. It's like they're like a horror villain where they show up like suddenly, like you look behind you and suddenly, oh, there's a brochure behind you.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just like we're like in the end game. We're not. It's not the end game palace,
Not
but we're
even
in like the end game palace, and it's just like we have a return of the most memorable character of the entire game.
So basically, we need to prove that we're on his side.
Stack of brochures. Oh my god! It's been a journey, hasn't it?
They need a party membership card.
Yes. Well, they need 5. They need 5 letters of recommendation.
Well, or they need a
Asking
brochure.
around doesn't sound like a bad idea. The guests
Yes,
here are
that's
the
that's
cognitive
clearly
versions
the
of them
thing
we
that's
shoot
going to
into.
You know,
be
your
that's
Don't
going
know
to
any
be
secrets
the
to
difference
share.
maker.
party leaflets.
True. You have a point.
Yeah, we need to.
That said, the
Yeah,
rule
we
here
need
is
to go
that
get the
evil
card
shield.
declaring us as a member of
Surprise me
Yoshida's
if they did turn hostile.
new communist party.
Right. Yeah.
That would
they
probably get
attack
us attacked in here.
Yeah.
We should prepare for the worst, of course. But I think we'll at least be able to talk to them.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
ship
yeah.
is
It's
most
a
likely
Psy
arc
style
loaded
where,
with
you know,
those that
the
Shido believes
people
are
are
worth
it's
keeping alive.
slightly
It'd
more
explain the
story
luxury
focused than a
cruise
lot of the
ship.
other palaces. I mean,
doubt
certainly
idiots
Okamura's
who can't even hold a
comparatively.
conversation would be here.
Just had
We
nothing.
can at least gather information.
Not even as many burgers
It
as I
helps that
wanted to see.
everyone's wearing masks.
Yeah.
We'll blend in even
Unfortunate.
with our attire.
Yeah, yeah, you sure will.
He must believe that
fucking
no one shows their
jabronis.
true face to anyone else, just like him.
That's an accurate
Yeah, I
commentary
get
about
it.
politicians, but we really did we need to say it?
This is Persona 5, yes. Like, what are you even talking about? All right,
Okay, so we know it's the door.
get
we
it.
already figured it was the door.
it's the door that we got to go through.
Yeah.
We already hit the jackpot. We need like 5 keys to get in here. All right, Anne. What sort of bullshit are you listening to? I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Okay, we got it. We're going to the poolside. Ha 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 ha.
Hey,
And then basically we're just going to be talking to each one of the party members. Although, oh, it's shining. No.
That actually does look really conspicuous.
We have to wait.
I didn't notice the gold one was shining. That's and it's still shining in the background.
I think it didn't start to shine until right now, but you can
Yeah.
even see it in the background right now. It's still twinkling.
Uh-huh.
Oh, don't worry, sweet pamphlets. We'll be back for
The
you.
brochures is the spiritual sequel to The Shining.
Yes, exactly. That's our psychic ability telling us that we should be picking that one
Yeah.
up.
We can
Yeah, that's probably it.
we can psychically communicate with the brochure and find out what it wants us to do.
It's for us to take it. I mean, like, what are you even thinking?
Like, I don't know, that brochure is telling us to take it, and it's never lied to us before.
Look, I do whatever pieces of paper tell me to do.
It's true.
Like, I mean, why wouldn't you? Has a look at George's face right now and tell him that he's ever steered. You can't buy anything for $1. What am I even talking about?
I've gained some information
Literally
about.
impossible.
I've gained some information about the VIPs. We should discuss it later instead of right now.
Nope, not right now.
Ah,
Well, that's a guy with an assault rifle. Maybe not. Okay, you know, as far as shadows go, I think maybe the one with automatic weapons should not be messed around
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Fair enough. And here's where Futaba won me over as a character. It's just like, why are you sending me to talk to people?
That's pretty good.
All right. It was no, I missed talking to Makoto. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. It's just like, man, who did I even talked to Haru? It's like, come on, who else could there be?
Uh-huh.
All right, we get it. We're gonna have to go to all these different parts of the ship, which are all lined out linearly from where we start. It's like, come on, you idiots. We don't really need to. Oh, we still got 10 minutes left in the episode. Don't worry. Well, 5 minutes, I guess.
Joker.
I guess. Yeah, what'd you notice? Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
You ain't getting away from that thing. Just as I thought. It's a map.
I like that there's like a shining piece of paper and we were just ignoring it for a long time. Like we just
And it's back now, by the way.
yeah.
Well,
Actually, I don't know if I swear that we took it off the whatever. Anyway, you know, hey, that was at least a better thing than the whole like, whoa, we gotta go look. Hey, look at those fucking I mean, they have improved since the last Persona 5, the pamphlets, but it's like they still made you go get it.
I like that.
At least Morgana didn't have to explain what a map was.
I like that Morgana's like, oh yeah, this is where we are based on the map that we obtained earlier.
Casino earlier looked pretty realistic.
Like we just picked up a map 2 seconds
Was a
ago.
whole nother story.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back all the way in the Kamoshida's palace where Morgana had to explain what a map was and why it might be useful to them to reuse.
Well, personally, I remember that time.
That was still one of the fucking just like crowning achievements of this game.
I remember 2 seconds ago when we grabbed that map that we obtained.
Really? You're already smarter than most.
Well,
most
I
professional fighters.
only remembered it because Morgana reminded me.
Oh, thank God we had him here.
You're right.
Yeah, we gotta go collect 5 MacGuffins to get into the thing. Like, come on. Why do I have to include these both things? Because it's part of the game.
Yeah, they couldn't have. I do like this distorted room. This is pretty cool.
Oh, I mean, it's a safe room. That's what each one of these ones are going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're supposed to represent something in reality, and
Distorted desires,
They-
but they
don't.
it just
They kind of gave up on the whole like safe room representing a place in reality when we had a flying bank.
yeah.
Listen up.
I think that's where they decide that's just like there's no way we can tie this into anything.
Mm-hmm.
The cleaner, it's Goro. What else would you call the cleaner? We're gonna go be fighting a fake version of Goro. Got it.
So
It shouldn't be surprising to anybody,
yeah, Haru.
unless it's going to be I'm trying to make a Killer 7 reference and I can't. What's his name?
Sorry, I don't know.
Ah,
Also, I just want to point out, Haru is like apologizing for not being able to get info, and it's just like, yeah, well, she's dealing with the death of her dad, which she's also sorry about.
Really?
yeah, I mean, why isn't she apologizing about the death of her dad already? We wouldn't be in this situation in the first
Really
place
inconvenient.
if Haru's dad didn't die.
Yeah.
And it's her fault.
It is.
An IT company president.
Never forget about that.
We get
I mean, she
certification
executed
from them
Red Card
and obtain
on
letters of
television, who was
introduction that'll
also her
serve as
father.
key cards. But only go for
Yes,
the cleaner after
indeed.
the other 4 have been dealt with, right?
Yeah, we're gonna
Whoa,
save
now
the
that's
fake
impressive.
Goro for when every
You
other
go,
one has been dealt with. God.
If we can't remember the details on the VIPs, let's reconvene inside a safe room.
All right.
It's
let's
a
get this done
linear
quickly.
palace, by the way. You just like,
Well, it's linear, but we still need to talk it through.
anyway, we're leaving.
We still need to talk through going to the different levels.
Yep. All right. Well, let's leave.
Well,
That's enough for today. So tomorrow, the rest of the entire fucking palace. Get ready for it. It's big one.
How long do you think it's gonna be?
Maybe an hour and a half or so.
Oh God.
You remember when we were doing Okamura's, right? Same sort of deal.
Okay. I guess it's not that long.
But hey, let's go get one more, store of recapping everything that just happened.
Yeah, that's a good capper for this. Which the redundancy, Persona 97.
Well, of course. No, it's the pamphlets too.
Yeah, of course it is. It's the pamphlets too. I love the pamphlets. The pamphlets are my friend.
I love the pamphlets.
They're the kindest, warmest, most wonderful pamphlets I've ever known.
Not cool, Shido. Using tax money, also murder, being a mass murderer,
Yeah.
Whatever.
The-
Whatever.
The taxpayers will.
Yeah, using taxpayer money for that is the real crime.
That's frankly disgusting to me.